Today could be the day Cristiano Ronaldo's World Cup dream dies. Without him even stepping onto the pitch, Portugal faces Armenia, win, and Ronaldo might be banned for the first 2 World Cup matches. Lose, and he's out completely. But that's not even the craziest part. Italy needs to beat Norway by 9 goals tonight. 9. With Erling Haaland on the other side ready to destroy that dream. Subscribe to Cyberboot right now, because what happens in the next few hours could change football history. And there's a twist about Ronaldo's recent comments that makes this calmer. Let's go. Welcome back to Cyberboot, where we break down football's most dramatic moments as they happen. Tonight is massive for World Cup qualifying. 2 matches, 2 giants. 2 completely different scenarios, but both could end in absolute chaos. Portugal versus Armenia, Italy versus Norway. 1 wrong result, and we could see Cristiano Ronaldo knocked out of the World Cup before it even starts. 1 impossible scoreline, and Italy could miss their 3rd consecutive World Cup. But here's what makes this even more insane. Ronaldo just said something last week in an interview that's coming back to haunt him. And Italy's situation? It's so mathematically brutal that even if they score 6 goals, it might not be enough. By the end of this video, you'll understand why tonight isn't just about qualification. It's about legacy. Let's break it down. Let's start with Portugal. On paper, this should be simple. Portugal versus Armenia. A team Portugal should beat comfortably, but nothing is simple when Cristiano Ronaldo is involved. And tonight, the stakes are ridiculous. Here's the situation. Portugal must win to automatically qualify for the 2026 World Cup. If they lose or draw, they're heading to the playoffs in March 2026, and playoffs are brutal, single elimination. 1 bad game, and you're out. No second chances. But wait, it gets worse. Remember last match? Ronaldo got a red card. Brutal elbow. Straight off. And now he's facing a potential 3-match ban. Now, here's where the scenario becomes insane. If Portugal wins tonight against Armenia, they qualify automatically. Great, right? Not for Ronaldo. Because if he gets that 3-match ban, he'll miss Portugal's first 2 World Cup matches. Think about that. Portugal qualifies. Ronaldo misses the opening games of potentially his last World Cup. He watches from the stands while his teammates play without him. But if Portugal loses tonight, they go to playoffs. And if they lose in the playoffs, Ronaldo's World Cup dream is over. He gets knocked out of the tournament without ever stepping on the pitch in 2026. Either way, Ronaldo is in trouble. And guess what? I just got a news. Portugal beats Armenia 9-1. They have qualified to the World Cup, and if they lose their first 2 games in 2026 World Cup, Ronaldo will be out without even entering. Now here's the part that has everyone talking. The part that makes this feel like karma. Last week, Ronaldo gave an interview. And when asked if winning the World Cup was his dream, here's what he said. "No, it's not a dream. What do you mean? I have to win a 6 or 7 game competition to prove myself. It's not fair." Read that again. Ronaldo, who's won 5 Champions Leagues, 5 Ballon d'Ors, and countless trophies, said the World Cup isn't fair because it's only 6 or 7 games. The one trophy he's never won. The one thing missing from his legacy. And he's downplaying it like it doesn't matter. Now, less than a week later, he's facing the possibility of being eliminated from that unfair competition before it even starts. Without playing a single minute, is this karma? You tell me. Because here's what people are saying on social media. If you disrespect the World Cup disrespects you. Messi never said the World Cup didn't matter. He fought for it. He lost finals. He cried. He came back, and he won it at 35 years old. Ronaldo dismissed it as just 6 games, and now those 6 games might happen without him. Here's my first question for you. Do you think Ronaldo's comments were disrespectful, or was he just being honest about the World Cup's format? Drop your answer in the comments. I want to hear what Cyberboot's audience thinks about this. Now let's switch to the other drama tonight, Italy versus Norway. And this situation is so mathematically brutal that it sounds made up. Italy needs to beat Norway by 9 goals. Not 5, not 7, 9. Let me explain why. Norway currently leads the qualifying group by 3 points. But more importantly, they have a massive goal difference advantage. Norway is at plus 29. Italy is at plus 12. That's a 17-goal gap. In World Cup qualifying, if two teams finish level on points, goal difference decides who finishes first. The group winner qualifies automatically. The runner-up goes to playoffs. So even if Italy wins tonight, Norway could still finish top of the group unless Italy closes that 17-goal gap. And to do that, Italy needs to win by at least 9 goals. That means scorelines like 9-0, or 10-1, or 11-2. You get the idea. When was the last time a top international team won by 9 goals in a competitive qualifier? Almost never. This is borderline impossible. But here's what makes it even harder. Erling Haaland is playing for Norway, and he's in ridiculous form. Scoring for fun at Manchester City, unstoppable in the box, clinical finishing. If Haaland scores even once for Norway, Italy's task becomes even more impossible. They'd need 10 goals to overcome it. So Italy's scenario looks like this. Best case, they somehow pull off a miracle, score 9+ goals, and qualify automatically. Likely case, they win by 2 to 3 goals, finish second, and go to the playoffs. Worst case, they draw or lose, and their World Cup hopes are in serious jeopardy. And remember, Italy has missed the last 2 World Cups, 2018 and 2022. Both times they lost in the playoffs. The trauma is real for Italian fans. So let's zoom out. Why do these matches matter so much? For Ronaldo, this could be his last World Cup. He's 39 years old. The 2026 World Cup in USA, Canada, and Mexico is likely his final chance. And if he gets knocked out before it starts, either through playoffs or a suspension, his legacy takes a hit. People will forever say, Ronaldo never won a World Cup. And after his recent comments dismissing it as unfair, that narrative becomes even stronger. For Italy, this is about redemption. Missing 2 consecutive World Cups is embarrassing for a 4-time champion. If they miss a third, that's a crisis. That's a generation of Italian football being remembered for failure. So tonight isn't just about qualifying, it's about legacy. It's about how these teams and players will be remembered decades from now. Here's my second question for you. If Portugal loses tonight and Ronaldo gets knocked out without playing, does that hurt his legacy? Or is he already so decorated that it doesn't matter? Let me know in the comments. So, what's going to happen tonight? For Portugal versus Armenia, Portugal should win. They're the better team. But football doesn't always follow the script. And if Ronaldo's ban is confirmed, Portugal's first 2 World Cup matches will be without their talisman. For Italy versus Norway, Italy will likely win. But winning by 9, that's fantasy. Haaland will score, Norway will sit deep, and Italy will finish second, heading to the dreaded playoffs again. The storylines are set, the drama is real. And in a few hours, we'll know if Ronaldo's World Cup dream survives, and if Italy can avoid another heartbreak. Here's my final question for you before we wrap. Can Italy actually score 9 goals? Or is this the most impossible task in World Cup qualifying history? Drop your prediction in the comments. Alright, let's bring this home. Tonight, Cristiano Ronaldo could be knocked out of the 2026 World Cup before it even starts. Italy needs to beat Norway by 9 goals or face the playoffs again. This is chaos. Now here's what I need from you. Hit that subscribe button on Cyberboot and turn on notifications. We're covering the biggest football stories as they happen. The drama, the stakes, the moments that define legacies. Drop a comment answering this. Do you think Ronaldo's World Cup comments were disrespectful karma or just honest? And can Italy score 9 goals tonight? Tell me, who do you think will have the worst night, Portugal or Italy? Let me know below. This is Cyberboot. We're building a community of fans who understand that football is about more than just results. It's about legacy, drama, and moments that define careers. Subscribe, comment, and let's keep this conversation going. Until next time, remember, in football, anything can happen. And tonight, everything is on the line.